Okay, so today is the start of a new series. I'm gonna pull up the randomizer here. We just did player piano, so we'll get rid of that. And we'll see what's next. Ideally, I would get something like cello or flute or, one of the solo instruments that has a lot of repertoire. Okay, double bass. Nice. We're going to be working reverse chronological with these five scores. The first one is a piece from just 2 years ago called Gray Black, Gray Yellow by composer Barak Perelman. So Perelman, this is his website. It's very minimalist. And I discovered his scores not very long ago. There's he has pre-comp on his website that looks kind of like this. And he has a handful of recordings on YouTube. This recording is just on his website. Let me pull up the score to it. This is one of those composers who, all of his stuff is available for free online. Um, Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have their scores. And also, I don't there's not much information about them. I'm assuming uh, they're they're based in the UK or something, because that's where I see a lot of this type of super minimalistic music. You can see that the score is just a bunch of note heads that written as whole notes, ranging from it's actually only three notes. It's B, A, or G, which I guess represents the three colors in the title. It's dedicated to a British composer, Clarence Barlow, which is sort of confirming my suspicion that this is a UK composer. Okay, he taught at UC Santa Barbara, so this may be an American composer, but also taught at the Hague Royal Conservatoire. So he's a pioneer of electronic music, and his dates are 45 to, of course, 2023. This is dedicated in memory of him, so written in the same year of his death. Okay, I think we can just give this a listen. The link to the recordings in the video description if this kind of thing interests you. And if you're a double bassist, maybe this does interest you. If you're programming something, this looks very easy to learn, but there's also no performance notes, so it's very unclear how it's supposed to be played other than this recording we have. Okay, so yeah, this piece is very, very restrained, obviously. It takes about 8 minutes to play through this one page. And this is a really good performance, like a really good interpretation, which I'm assuming is what the composer wanted. Like there was some sort of direction going on behind the scenes. And it seems like each note is held as long as possible in a single bow stroke. And it really shows off the physicality of the bass. One thing I always find really striking, seeing solo bass stuff is like how short the bow is and sort of and also how much weight needs to be behind the bow just to get the string going. And that sort of physicality is really here. The register in sort of the middle of the bass is kind of interesting to listen to over such a long period of time. It's like a lot more rich than the same register in a cello on a cello, where it's like would be a little bit flabbier. Um, and then another interesting thing about it was like this idea of never going from A to G, always going from either B to A or B to G or the opposite. It really emphasized the B, and even though there were only three notes in it, it really sounded like it was in B minor, which I thought was really interesting. I thought it would sound like it might be in G major, but no, it doesn't. It really doesn't at all. And it has this sort of sad, like plaintive quality to it. So yeah, I mean, it is what it is. If you're not used to this sort of music, I hope that this is inspiring for you. This sort of thing is harder to perform than it looks. I mean, you really have to have a mature approach and you have to have a familiarity with this sort of performance practice. Um, but yeah, I mean, I think it's a fine solo bass piece to kick this off. Maybe it would be good to program it with some of Barlow's music or like other minimalistic double bass stuff. Okay, that's all I got for this one. Next, we'll be listening to some Rebecca Saunders.